Alright, so yeah, it's cold out. I don't even know where to look on here. 28 degrees? 28 degrees! I've got a heated wheel. I've got a heated seats. I've got bolstering. I've got a button over here on the side of the seat that adjusts the lumbar. It goes and about that speed. This thing is comfortable and easy to drive, and I gotta tell you, I am not missing the FJ. All right, here at the top of the center stack, this button is your stabilizer disconnect. It's got the little articulating on the right. Front locker, rear locker. This is the Yum Kipper turn assist. This will stop on a dime and pick it up. What it does is, if you're making a right turn like the emblem shows, it'll lock up the right rear tire, causing a really sharp hairpin turn. Stabilizer disconnect. You get off road, you turn that off. Emergency flasher. This thing has got everything. But wait, it's got more lockers. Check this out right there. That's a lock on the glove box. Check this out right here. There's you a lock on the console. That's a total of 5 lockers altogether. You want to be connected? Look at this. Center dash, 2 USB-C ports. Covered up with a weatherproof plug in case you got the top off. What's that right there? USB-C, USB-A. Inside here, there's another 12-volt cigarette lighter type of thing. Here's the back. 2 USB-Cs. And you can't see that, but that's a 110. And in the back, you got a 12-volt accessory point there. Anything you could want to plug in, you've got a place to plug it in here. Man, the leather steering wheel, the leather trimmed suede seats are very nice. It fits and feels really good. Oh, and here's another cool thing. Check this out. This button right here, it looks like an exhaust pipe. Press that, and look what happens. You got the Baja mode, quiet mode, normal, sport mode. 37 inches by 12.5 on 17-inch beadlock capable rims. That gives you a full 10 inches. Well, on paper anyways. Of room on both sides. And look at this thing, it's so huge. It's like, it's almost a yard. 10-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters, plus, minus. I mean, it's like a GT 500. Okay, welcome to 2024. Automatic start, stop, or to disable it with that right there. But I'll tell you what, I have not disabled it. I don't think I'm going to. I don't mind it. It's good for the environment. The car's made for it. It's not going to hurt anything one way or the other. I'm pro-choice. You make your choice. I made mine. Okay, here's another feature that is kind of cool, and I'll leave it at that. This is the Ford factory. See if you can get the angle and the shape of it, kind of trapezoidal or whatever it's called. But 2 bolts there, 2 bolts here, center, 2 bolts there, and the steps will come off. The steps are pretty heavy duty. I like them. They do help me to get up in there, but I'm getting old in my age. And then you got the sliders underneath there. But they're not mounted to the frame. They're mounted to the chassis very well. in multiple places. But depending on what you're doing off-road, these aren't going to handle it. And so the styling of the Bronco has never bothered me. I was driving an FJ Cruiser. That's got to be the ugliest four-wheel drive vehicle ever produced. And I didn't have a problem with it. And check this out. From the factory, metal bumpers, heavy duty rated tow hook attachments, and it's modular. See all these little bolts and stuff on here? So this little end cap right here will come off and make this a little bit narrower. This is plastic, that'll come off. Rigid. 2 of these on each side. I don't know why there's a cover on here. I hadn't figured out how to get this one to come on yet. In the rear. I'm not saying that. Metal. Metal. All your toe stuff. 3-pin, 7-pin. And look at that. That's a big old hook. Rated. Alright, so back in the day, we had like 10 and 12 bolt rear ends, and that meant something in the Chevrolet muscle car eras. But this here is a 4.7 gear ratio, 14 bolts, and it's got a little R on there for Raptor. Fox shocks. I have no idea what's going on with them, but they look good. This is the rear. Fox shock, big ass reservoir. Coil springs around the outside of it, not separate. And looks like a rubber booty on the bottom. 360-degree cameras, which means one right there, one right there, one right there. Gotta keep them clean when you go dirty wheeling. Another one right there. That puts me at 4 cameras and 5 lockers. Think about it. All the stuff I'm showing you, and I'm not done yet, starts adding up because they are the top of the line, top quality components to get you off-road and back home. All right, so this thing is protected. It's got what they call bash plates. That's all, I guess, definable depending on how thick it all is. That's pretty heavy. You got another one right there. It sounds pretty heavy underneath what I'm guessing is the front axle. And then that's metal also. That's under the transmission. We got more running down the passenger side. Let's check that out. Okay, I guess that's the gas tank there in the rear. You can see the welds. Okay, as you're expecting for a brand new model year, this has all the different modes and stuff. It's all controllable right here. And you can also expect all your normal nannies, airbags everywhere, anti-roll, all kinds of stuff, regulations, nannies, lane departure, warnings in the mirrors, all the normal stuff that you expect on a new vehicle that's loaded out. 21.2 gallon tank of gas. It's at 14 miles to the gallon. My fingers are crossed. You'll get 300 miles on a tank. You think I forgot, or I just wasn't telling you? Let me bring it inside. All right, here we go. You ready for this? 3-liter V6 twin turbocharged 420 ponies. It's been a while since I drove a turbo. I don't really feel the lag. It just takes a little bit of time for it to wind up. And 440 pounds of foot torque. Don't know what all that means to you, but this is quick. I'm not going to call it fast, but it's very quick. This thing right here. Yes. 87 plus. Ford says you can put whatever you want in here. Doesn't have to be the high octane. Doesn't have to be premium. They'd rather you not use the 85. But what they're saying is expect your performance to be directly proportional to the octane. So it depends on what you're doing. If you're driving your mother to the hospital for a planned surgery, man, you use cheap gas because you gotta go pussyfoot in it. Inside this, it does have carpet. That's gonna be a problem. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but that's gonna make me miss the FJ. The screen on this fits into the dash. It doesn't look like you've got a big old flat panel TV mounted on your dashboard. You got a panel over each sitting position, considering there's 4 sitting positions. And then you got another one in the back, and the sides and the door and all that come off. The doors also come off, front and passenger doors, not the rear cargo door. There's no equity in that for me, I don't think. Things change, I never say never, but I definitely see myself removing the driver and passenger T-tops during the summer, and it'll pretty much stay off. I mean, you can see from right here. If not, let me give you a hand. Clearance underneath this is exceptional. I think it's like 14 inches. Here's where I believe, and I honestly do believe this, that there's an inherent hidden value in buying the Bronco right off the showroom floor. All these things I've shown you come from the factory. They're already there. There's nothing there to upgrade. I see so many people, I've done some of it myself. Ooh, is that a Loch Ness monster out there in the lake? What's making that? Where'd it go? Oh well. I see so many people buy a brand new vehicle, pay MSRP, and then they get home and they change the rims. And they put them on eBay or wherever to try to get rid of them. They change the tires because they want something, a bigger look. They change the sliders because they're not enough. Man, there is nothing on this vehicle that warrants upgrading until it fails or you break it because of use or abuse. That's the way I'm looking at it. I don't see myself doing anything to this. I got a shorter antenna because those get caught up in branches and stuff. And that's it for the exterior. But I'm not rushing into any mods. I'm taking my time. I'm thinking through everything. I'm not being impulsive other than buying this fucking truck. All right, man. Welcome to my world. See ya.